Jurak Classic Whole Body Tonic is a dietary supplement, not a drug. Therefore, it is useful to affect the structure and/or function of your body in various ways, but it is not intended to and will not cure, mitigate, treat, or prevent any disease. Individual testimonials may not be everyone's experience and do not constitute scientific evidence. Jurak Corporation does not make any drug or treatment claims for its product.
Greetings, it is the Tonic Man with you once again. Wow, oh wow is all I can say about this call. But you know, we have been saying wow for calls since 1943. Not all calls. Some, of course, were letters written to my father. You see, my father began to commercialize this miraculous, and you're going to see in this story, that this lady tells you this success is just miraculous. But my dad was receiving mail, snail mail, and we featured some of the correspondence that he received in the video that I made probably 20 years ago, I think in around 2006. It's on our YouTube channel. Go and have a look. I was 65 or so years old at the time, and those testimonials that my father was receiving are the same as the ones we hear either audio or we're doing a podcast video with these days. I remember one, and in that video that you can go and look, someone wrote in and said that they were suffering from, cirrhosis of the liver. And they said they don't have it anymore. Look, he didn't make any claims for cures. We don't make any claims for cures. It's just the story, as our FDA consultant told us. A large law firm in Washington wrote our disclaimer for us, and they said, if you use this disclaimer, you're going to be fine, because we disclaim and we disclaim and we disclaim. We don't make any claims of cures. We don't know for sure what's happening. All we know is folks are getting the most incredible, miraculous results from drinking the preparation, as my dad used to call it in those days, and we refer to it as the youth solution. Boy, are you going to hear a story about the youth solution now with our guest. Wow. We also call it JC Tonic, and of course, you've heard the lady from Texas, Marcia, who said she and her family, they call it the Jesus Christ tonic water. So are there any miracles because of whatever the name we've given it, JC Tonic? Or what is it? But something is going on that is changing something in the body that allows the body to regenerate itself and roll back some of the issues. But listen to this success story that we have now. This is really remarkable. And you can tell by the story, this is not a story that's been written and we've edited, and it's just her right off the top of her head. So without, as they say, further ado, Cindi, come on down and tell everybody your miracle.
My story started in 2015. My son passed away, and I mean, for like 3 years, I was in my bed. I wasn't able to do anything. I drank.
Your son passed away. How old was he?
He was 39.
Oh my good Lord! How old are you, or how old were you then?
I was 62. Yeah, I'm 73 now. So that was 11 years ago. And what happened was I was having a really, really hard time, and I was praying, like that maybe something would change in my life. Well, it did. In 2018, I was with my girlfriends at an establishment where we were having cocktails, and obviously I was a big drinker then. And Brian Polzer, who I think he's from Two Rivers.
Yes, correct.
He came into the bar that I was at, and he was talking to us, and he had talked about this JC Tonic that he was taking.
You had known him at the time?
No, I never knew him. I never met him before.
He came in and you started chatting together, yeah.
Yeah, and I was telling him, how sad I was about losing my son, and how I didn't want to live anymore. I mean, actually, I did try and take my life in 2016. I was in the hospital for months.
I was going to say I would probably be in the same state of affairs if it was my
Yeah.
child.
Yeah, it was really hard. Well, and then once he started telling me like how good he felt from taking the JC Tonic, and he told me how he doesn't get sick. And I just thought I could try it. Well, I tried it. I mean, it didn't immediately do anything, and I had my husband taking it too. Now, I started to notice after, I was still pretty despondent. I was still pretty much drinking and not taking care of myself. But then after a while, I did notice that I felt better. And I did, okay, I got sick once in the last 8 years that I've been taking it. I had the COVID in 2020. And after that, I developed an autoimmune disease. And I mean, I'm not sure of what it is because I was losing my balance and I was really not well. Now this has only been for the last 4 years, but anyway, I want to just say that I've noticed in the last 3 years how my skin. I have no wrinkles. I mean, I was so wrinkled up 11 years ago. My doctor told me that I look better now than I did when I came in. I went to see her after I lost my son, and she put me on all these drugs, and that's another story. I was on SSRIs. I was on 9 medications, which I'm so sorry, but I call my doctor a drug dealer
What were they recommended for
for
your
depression.
depression?
Depression. Yeah, and I didn't know at that time that they got kickbacks from all the drugs they sell, and I was on 9 of them. So I thought, well, maybe this JC Tonic will help me to get off of all the drugs. And since I am taking that, I felt that maybe that it would really help me. And I got off of 9 of my very serious mind-altering drugs that I was. So
How
anyway,
long did that take to wean yourself from the
well,
drugs?
it took 6 months, and I did it. I'm pretty good at that because, I mean, I and learned how to do it myself, which I did it myself. And I still have the off balance, but I have to tell you that the JC Tonic has changed my life in a lot of different ways. Like, I have so many friends that say to me, well, they look at the back of my neck, they think I've had a facelift, or they think what did I do?
Because they
So I
remember you
tell them,
when you were all wrinkled up.
yes. Yes. Well, and so they think, what did I do? And I didn't have a facelift, obviously. And it's amazing how I feel. I mean, I've lost now 50 pounds in 2000. I lost 50 pounds. And what happened too is when I lost my balance, I fell and I hit my head and I lost my taste and smell. Now that hasn't come back or anything, but the thing that I've noticed with the JC Tonic, I don't like get colds, I don't get the flu. I've had one illness since 2018 and that was COVID. But after COVID, I feel that I had an autoimmune disease and I don't, I've heard this from many people that have had the vaccine and I don't know if you've ever heard of that. The COVID vaccine caused a lot of trouble.
Well, just the fact that people remark about your skin change, holy smokes, we should have you on a video because those are the stories that people actually believe because they can see with their eyes, but they cannot see that you weaned yourself from 9 drugs in 6 months
Mhm.
because doctors put you on these, they're basically mind altering drugs.
Absolutely.
And they
Yep.
put you on 9 at the same time.
I wish I had a before and after picture of myself because right now, I mean, people tell me I look like I'm, 40 years old. Now, I know it's a JC tonic because I don't take anything else. But I take more. Anthony, I take more than 1 ounce a day. I'm not going to deny that.
Well, no, I'm happy you are. Look, I'm up to 3 to 4 ounces a day at 88 years old.
Wonderful.
My body needs more. I'm trying to
Mhm.
keep myself from collapsing, and so I'm using more, and you should use more, and it'll serve you well.
Oh, it does. I mean, in the morning, I don't really. measure anything. I just pour a little bit in a glass. I drink it with carrot juice. And then I don't know, but within the last 3 years, I've been having every friend I have wants to know what I do.
So are they all drinking it now?
Well, I have 2 people that get it, my sister-in-law and then my cousin. They both started it. I haven't talked to them since they did. Now it's been months since they started it, but and then I have other people that want to, but they're just not financially, ready to. But I can't tell you enough how much it has changed my life. I feel like a different I mean, I feel,
You feel
um
like a new person.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Cindy, I've been feeling like a new person for 80 years. I just never feel lousy. And these folks that say they cannot afford it, there is on the website, they can get a 50% discount on their first order so they can get 2 bottles for the price of one. You have to
Um,
tell them to deprive themselves of something else and get at least that 2 bottle of one free to give it a try because they will see the difference just as you did. And what
mhm.
a way to pay it forward and help them because all those people and 80% of the rest of the population are really unhappy because they all have health challenges. And
Yes.
and if you can clear those up, this is worth its weight in gold. You just deprive yourself of a drink or a beer or a night out or something or other, and make sure you drink. And in their case, even if they drank just an ounce or two a day, it would change their lives as well. So give it another go when you talk with them because I think that they should really give it a try. They'll be so happy.
Oh, they're working on it. I mean,
Good.
and it's I don't get out a lot, but when I do, I have to tell you, I have people that come up to me. I mean, and I can't explain it to you what I mean, they're just in shock. They don't understand the way they look at me. My skin, I mean, my arms, my legs, the wrinkles have left. I mean, it's just
A
I can't
miracle.
explain. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It is.
Wow. So people
Yeah.
that saw you and knew you for the last 10 years and are seeing you now, they just don't believe it.
They don't believe it. I can't even explain it to you how many people come up to me and say to me, "What are you doing? What do you do?" I tell them. I said, "That's the only thing that I have done in the last 8 years to change my life since my son passed away."
Wow.
And I was dead. I was a dead person walking before I
Yes.
started taking it.
Dead woman walking. That's for sure.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. I mean, I wanted to die, and obviously I tried. But after I started this, I'm so much better, Anthony. I can't explain how much better I feel. I do have the off balance yet. I mean, I think from taking all of those drugs for so many years, I just went off of them. My last doctor appointment, I told her, I said I went on, she's a nurse practitioner.
And so when you told her you stopped all the drugs, what was her reaction?
Oh, she got really mad at me. First, she said, "How did you do it?" And I said, "I weaned myself off on my own." And she was not happy. And she was not happy, obviously, that I am not taking 9 of my drugs anymore.
And you would think that people would say, "Oh my good Lord, how great. No kidding. How did you do it? Wow, that's great." You would think that a doctor would be happy to hear
She
that.
was not happy.
No. Unbelievable.
She was very upset with me. So I've decided that I don't need her. I mean, I actually do take one sleeping pill a night because I've always had that problem ever since I was a teenager. Sleeping has been a problem, but I'm trying to get off of that drug too. But I just have to say, I think the main thing for me is not being sick for 8 years. And I feel great, except for the off balance, but I'm not sure. I think that'll maybe after I'm completely off of all of these drugs, that maybe get better. I don't know.
Cindy, if you've managed everything that you've managed now, and the only thing left is you're off balance, it's a lot better than having maybe you would have put a bullet through your brain.
Yeah, I took my mother's morphine after she died, and then I took every pill I had in my house because I didn't want to live without my son.
That's how you tried to end it?
Yes.
And how did you
So,
get out of that?
well, I was in a coma in the hospital for 3 days, and then
I know, but who
I,
found you?
oh my, oh, I hate to even say this, but my granddaughter came to my house unannounced. I didn't know she was coming. I would never have done that, but my husband was too busy working, so I was all alone, and I wanted to end it, but then when she found me,
She
you
found
know,
you already unconscious.
yeah, all my organs shut down. The doctor told me it was a miracle that I even woke up, but that was in 2016.
I guess
Now,
that's your little angel.
yeah, I guess. You know, sometimes, even after that, I felt like I shouldn't be here. But then honest to God, I really do feel that this JC Tonic helped me through a lot of things. I believe that. Now, like I said, I still have the off balance, but other than that, I feel great. I feel wonderful. I don't, like I said, being, like having one illness in 8 years is amazing to me.
Most people in their 60s are just starting to have every kind of health issue imaginable. And if you're now getting off of everything in your 60s and starting to feel great again, that
Yeah,
also is another miracle.
right, right. Um, but other than that, no, my skin feels so amazing. I mean, for 73, I feel like my skin looks like I'm at least 10 years younger.
Wow, we need to get some photos, Cindy.
Yeah.
You know what you have to do for your sleep? Do this, try it. It works for many, many hundreds of people. You take 1 ounce in about maybe 2 ounces of water, put it in a little glass, put it
Hmm.
next to your bed when you're ready to lie down. Not when you're ready to turn the lights out and lock the doors and all the rest of it, but when you're sitting on the edge of the bed ready to tuck your toes in, drink it down, turn your light off, lay your head on the pillow, see what happens. A lot of people have a fantastic sleep.
What do I drink?
1 ounce of tonic in 2 ounces of
Oh,
water.
oh,
And don't take your sleeping pill. Just do that. And most people, 90% of the people, have a sound night's sleep the first time they try it. Some people it takes another day or maybe two, but
I will try that.
oh, I had this fellow. He was on 15 different drugs, and when he told me about it, I said, "You're killing yourself." He said, "I feel terrible." He says, "I haven't slept decent night for 15 years." I said, "You ought to try this tonic." And he said, "Oh, Anthony, come on." I said, "Well, so don't sleep. So stay unhappy. So die. What do you want me to tell you? Don't." He said, "Okay." He said, so he bought a bottle, and the first night he took 1 ounce, like I just told you how to take it. And
Yeah.
he said, he called me the next day and he said, my wife came in the room at 9:30 in the morning. He was already in his 70s. She came in the room at 9:30 and she thought I had died in my sleep. He said, I had not had a night's sleep like that for 15 years.
Now you say 2 ounces of water. Do you put the tonic in the water?
Yeah, just mix it in the water. It
In
seems,
2 ounce.
yeah, because it's like a little more than a mouthful. And the dilution seems to maybe irrigate in the body much more quickly. I'm not sure why, but it seems to work better than if you drink it straight.
Okay.
Give it a
I'm gonna
try.
try that tonight.
Yeah. And during the day, I mean, every morning I put 4 ounces in a water bottle, 12-ounce water bottle. I fill it up with spring water and I have it on my work table or I take it wherever I am. And sometimes I take a sip, sometimes a guzzle, sometimes a mouthful. But most days, at least 3 of the 4 ounces I drink, and quite often the 4 ounces. depending on what I do, but I still do 15 hours a day of stuff. So you might want to try that because you get a little bit when you feel like it. And sometimes you may not feel like the whole ounce. You just take a sip. And I keep it in the fridge in the summer when it's hot because it's cooling effect as well. So it's just a
Okay.
little thing to try. It may work for you, it may not, but you seem to be having all the success you could ever dream of. So it's great.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lady in Texas who had colon cancer, had a piece of her colon removed. Then the doctor said, we also found cancer outside of the colon. He said, it's stage 3. You're going to need chemo as soon as the scar heals where we cut you open. So that was about 3 months. In the meantime, just as she was having that operation, a friend of hers told her she should drink the tonic. It'll be good for her recuperation. She gets to the chemo place 3 months later and they do a test and the doctor comes out in the waiting room. She's with her daughter. And he says, well, Marcy, it looks like maybe you don't need any chemo. She says, what are you talking about? Well, he said, the stage 3 that was there seems to be stage 1. He said, maybe even it's stage 0. So he says, you don't need
Wow.
the chemo.
Wow.
And she did a podcast and on it at the end, she said, my family and I, I've got everybody on it. She buys 12 bottles at a time and she makes sure her grandson, her son, her daughter, everybody's on it. One of them got rid of acne. Her aunt was supposed to get a stint in her leg, didn't have to have it done, on and on and on. And she says, we're all very religious in this family. And so we call it the Jesus Christ tonic water.
That's wonderful.
So,
That's wonderful.
so maybe that's your story as well.
Well, yeah, honestly feel that it has changed my life. I mean, I feel so much better.
Well, there's no
Um,
question what you're telling me. It's changed your life. It's reversed everything. It's like it really is a miracle of how it's changed your life. And we
yes, it
have
has.
people like that who have had mental anguish to the point that they felt like I might as well, do myself in. And there was another fellow who was a 30-year alcoholic. He went up to 5 ounces a day and he no longer drank. It's been over 2 years now. It's like that, though.
Oh, I hardly drink at all anymore. I mean, if I have a glass of wine once a week, that would be it. No, and it's completely changed my life that way because after I lost my son, I was an alcoholic. I mean, and now and it's mainly, I don't drink because I feel like drinking, like,
You
I
drink
just,
to forget.
yeah, sometimes. Um, but I mean, it is a miracle what happened to me. I do feel that.
Well, I think it is too, and it's been going on for 80 years. And the
Hmm.
stories that we've heard, I'm sorry they're not all recorded, and we don't have videos of them all. They are just really miraculous, and yours is one. And Cindy is just going to keep getting better and better as you grow older. You really are going to get younger.
It's amazing. I mean, I keep thinking, well, I mean, I got to start, even like my neck and my chest were all like wrinkled up. And right now it's like, I look at my skin and I think, well, what is going on?
And
You
the and
know,
the wrinkled skin on your chest also is no longer wrinkled.
no, I have no wrinkles at all.
That's really, really remarkable because it's so thin. There's so
Yeah,
little skin there that when it wrinkles, it's the road back is really difficult.
exactly.
Women spend tens of thousands of dollars on treatments for that, and it never works.
You know, I was thinking of that the other day. All these people spend all this money. Like I've never even had Botox. I mean, I've never even, I mean, people say, well, and then this one guy said to me, oh, it must be the Botox. And I'm like, I'm so mad at people that just assume, you know? But I'm not gonna, if I say, "Oh, I'm taking this JC Tonic," people just don't. I don't know, but see, I've been taking it for 8 years, and I've always taken more than an ounce. So I have a feeling that I'm taking the right amount. I mean, I'm not saying an ounce isn't gonna work, But I'm just thinking that if since I do take more, then I really do have better results.
So what do you drink a day daily?
What do I drink? Alcohol, you mean?
No, I mean tonic. How much do you drink
Oh my
daily?
God. Well, okay. Anthony, when I get up in the morning, I just pour some in a glass. Like it's not, I never really measure. I'm saying it must be at least 3 ounces. I think I'm going to start to measure. When I put some in a glass, I'll measure it. But I think I take 3 ounces. I drink it with carrot juice. And I also take my 10 and a probiotic in the morning.
You
So
take
I do that all in
you
the
take what?
I take a CoQ10,
Yeah.
a turmeric, and a probiotic along with my JC Tonic and my carrot juice. Now I just started taking it twice a day. Started taking it in the afternoon, like 2, but I'm gonna do this before I go to bed. I'm anxious to try that.
Well, that's just 1 ounce, and the other 2 ounces, take them. Yeah, you can spread it through the day, or do like I do with the water in the little bottle. It's a good way to spread it through the day. But if you're
No,
taking
I
it,
don't spread it through the day. I take it all at once in the
okay,
morning.
look, whatever you're doing, it's working. So keep doing it
Yeah.
that way.
Oh, I am.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
fantastic, Cindy. What a story! Holy cow!
Yeah.
So now we have to send your story to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. at the Maha movement. Let him make sure that people don't say what they say, because they've been saying that to me and to people, just as they've been saying to you, oh, yeah, it must be the Botox. Oh, yeah, it can't be this, it can't be that. Because look, Cindy, I've been talking to people for 65 years about this, and I talk to thousands of people, and still, 8 out of 10 people I talk to think I'm crazy.
Absolutely. Except for the people that I see more often, because every time I see them, they were like, wait, what is happening to you? What happened? What's going on with you?
They finally say it must be working.
Yes. And that's why they're taking it. But now they know. I mean, I do not do anything. I even cut my own hair. I go to my doctor because I need my one sleeping pill a night. But I mean, after not taking the 9 drugs and being on the JC tonic, I'm like a totally different person. Totally different person.
Wow, you sure are. Oh, my good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. Even my brain, my clarity, there's so many other things that has helped. I mean, this is me. I have no idea, I've read some success stories. I'm not sure that I've read as many as I mean, how I feel is that it made me 10 years, 20 years younger. That's how I feel.
But in your case, it was even more really remarkable, because your body was much older than it normally would have been because of the alcohol and the mental anguish and all the
Yes.
drugs you were taking. Those
Yes.
things ruin a body, and the road
Oh,
back
yeah.
usually is almost impossible, if not impossible. So if you now look and feel the way you do, I mean, you're talking about rolling back 10 or 20 years of damage that was done to your body.
Yeah.
That alone is hard to believe.
And one other thing, Anthony, even after losing the 50 pounds, you would think that I would have wrinkled skin. And and it's the opposite. I mean, my skin is so wrinkle free and smooth, and even my hands, I'll put my hand next to somebody my age and it's like amazing. I mean, what has happened to me because of this.
Well, you make
My husband, it's so funny because when he started taking it, he's one of these people that wants instant gratification. Well, now that he sees me and he's with me all the time when people say, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm going to start taking." Well, now he's 80, he's going to be 82. And I said, "I think you're too old, but
No, he's not too old. We have an 81-year-old fellow. He called just as you're calling. He was so excited. He said, I'm 81 years old. Both of my legs are, the neuropathy is so bad. My toes are totally numb. I cannot walk. I fall over because I can't feel my toes. He's on his
Mm.
third bottle and he's calling us, telling us that half of the feeling in his toes is already back.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He,
That's what I want.
yeah, and as he says, Anthony, this is life changing. Well, that's exactly it. So tell your husband, even if it only improves whatever he suffers of 20%, that's life changing.
Hmm.
You don't have to get 100%. If you improve your lot as you get older and start smiling again instead of scowling because you're always
Yeah,
feeling terrible, that
yeah.
alone is worth its weight in gold. So yeah, tell him to try one of your bottles and be consistent. If he is, it'll work for him, for
Well,
everybody.
that's just what I was going to tell you. I have not missed a day in the last 8 years. And I believe that that's one of the reasons, too, that I do so well.
It is absolutely the reason because it the body cannot regenerate what it took 20 years to deteriorate. I mean,
Exactly.
when you have a crisis and you're in the doctor's office, that's not because it happened last night or 2 weeks ago. It's been going on for 20 years, little by little, little by little, little by until it's a crisis. So to roll it back completely, you got to stay on it and let the body regenerate itself. And those that did that, those that are drinking for 20, 30, 40 years, they all look 20 years younger. Cindi,
Yeah.
just like you have to be looking at least 10 years younger, maybe
Oh
more,
God, yes.
maybe more.
I've been told that I look 20 years younger. Now, and everybody, it's not just the people I know. There's other people that'll say to me, "You can't be 73 years old." I mean, I looked 73 years old 10 years ago, and now I look like I'm 50.
You look 50? Holy
Yeah.
smokes. Holy smokes. We got to get you set up for a podcast because I mean, do you have a before picture when you were wrinkled?
Well, I'd have to look through my photos and um
See,
yeah, I mean I could.
those are the things that allow us to even stay in business because it's only the stories. If I told people that, they say, "Yeah, yeah, you're just trying to sell your product." I'm not. I'm just trying to tell them if they did it, they could have the same results. But they won't believe me and they won't believe
Yeah,
you. But
no.
if you see the photo, especially a
Yeah.
photo, I mean, it's worth 1,000 words.
Well,
Uh,
people that know me though, Anthony, know that, I mean, I looked older 10 years ago.
this is fantastic, Cindi. Look at
Yeah.
that. Good
Yeah.
Lord. But to hear you being happy, as opposed to listening to somebody who says, I might as well end it all.
Right.
Holy Toledo. Imagine how many veterans who have suicided if
Yeah.
somebody could have got them the tonic,
Right.
you know,
Right.
because this works for everybody. It doesn't matter. It works the same way on everybody's body because every body is exactly the same. So
There's one ingredient. I remember I was at my cottage and I was talking to a girl there. She said to me, "What?" And I brought the tonic out to her. And she said, "Well, my sister's a nurse, and there's something in here." And I can't remember what she said, Anthony, but she's told me there's something in there that helps you to look younger. Now, I don't know what ingredient it is in there. I can't remember what she said.
well, if you take all these different ingredients and put them in little cups, one next to the other, in exactly the same amount that you get in 1 ounce, you're just not going to get the same results. You'll get some results because, yes, some things are good for this, some are good for that. If you go through the list of herbs, you'll see some are good for the liver, some are good for the heart, some are. But if you take them all individually, they're not going to work as it seems to work as a whole body effect because
Okay.
this changes the chemistry of the blood. And when the blood then goes to any organ, any system, it starts to do a better job. And what happens over the years simply is that our bodies cannot any longer do the job that they're supposed to do. And when you add
Mhm.
alcohol to it and stress to it and all kinds of too much sugar, too much cholesterol, well, everything works even less well. I mean, they just don't perform. And so
Mhm.
you grow old, and some people grow old faster than others because their bodies are breaking down even faster. If you can
Right.
just stop and retard it and not let it advance, you're already going to feel like $1 million. Now, imagine if you can reverse it, which obviously you have, and
Mhm.
obviously tens of thousands of other people have, because we have people who report their testosterone was 300, now it's 700. We have people who report their cholesterol was 300, now it's 200, because
Mhm.
everything starts to work better the way the body was doing it before you got ill. I
Yes.
mean, when we're 20, 30 years old, we never think of anything, never go to a doctor. Everything is fine. We wake up, we go to work, we play hard, we work hard, we do everything, and we're fine. All of a sudden, there's a crisis of some kind at 40 or 50 years old.
Mhm.
That's because the body just wasn't able to look after itself anymore as well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this is what this does, and it's done it for you. And your story is so great because it explains in great detail exactly why you look and feel much younger than you do,
Yeah.
because you have regenerated and reversed so many issues in your body. Wow.
Yeah. Well, and my husband said, "You gotta start selling that stuff. Look at you."
Well, I agree with him. You should. With a story
Well
like yours, if you have a before picture, um,
well, one of my girlfriends, it's so funny because she's in the back of my head looking for, like, stars or something where I had this facelift and Botox. Everybody's said, "Oh, where do you go for your Botox?" Well, stop.
well, I'm so happy to talk to you and get your story, and it is going to be a big help to many, many people. And by
Well,
all
I'm
means,
happy to help anyone.
Cindy, by all means, your husband is right. You should, but you don't sell it. You just tell it. You just tell the story,
Yeah,
and
that's what I do.
it's not something that is easy to sell. And you really need to spend the time with the people to give them a little TLC, to explain how it works and to walk them through to make sure they drink it consistently. A lot of
Yeah,
people that sell a lot of products, and people take them for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they stop, and then they start, and they stop, and they start, and then they wonder why nothing works. Well,
exactly.
no one gave them the attention, no one explained it in detail, and they were not consistent.
And
But
I have not missed a day
good for
in
you.
8
Yeah.
years.
Well, that's the reason that you have these kind of results. So yeah,
Yes.
pay it forward, please, Cindy, because it's so
I want
important.
to help anyone I can. I
Yeah.
promise that I will. Thank you so much.
Okay, folks. So what can I say? Again, there's nothing to add to a story like this. How is all of that possible? I don't know. All I know is the only change she made, as she told you, was adding the JC to her regime, along with a couple of other supplements. But those supplements, everybody knows what they are. It's nothing special. They have certain attributes. People say that they're healthy, nutritious items that you should add to your diet. Maybe you need them, maybe you don't. In her case, did it help? Well, maybe it did, maybe it did not, but nothing seemed to change what happened with her depression until she began drinking the JC tonic. So you take from this story whatever you want. In my humble opinion, for the few dollars that it costs per month to drink, why not take a chance? You've taken a chance on many other things. You take a chance every time you take a medication from your health provider, and you know what the side effects are. They advertise them openly on TV. So you're still taking a chance with those kind of issues that may occur. And in our case, with no issues except maybe a little healing process challenge, which some people get and many don't. Have a listen to all our good podcasts. They're all on the YouTube channel. And maybe there are some in there that will help a friend. Pay it forward. Let's do the mission. What's the mission? Just to help people, make them feel a little better, maybe a lot better. As Cindi tells you, she feels 1,000,000 times better. So thanks a lot once again. And we, of course, want you, as they used to say during the war, Uncle Sam needs you. Well, Uncle Anthony needs you. We need your story. Come on, jump in with us and do a podcast. Thanks a lot. Until next time, don't forget, take an ounce and feel the bounce. Bye for now.